Hi,
Hey, how are you guys doing?
we're good.
That's awesome. What an amazing story here. Not only just for you, but for this magazine. And you know what's really sad about this is that about 80% of us don't have the story right. It's all based on rumors, what we assume. And finally, you have teamed up with A&E with Secrets of Penthouse. And this is just going to be a life-changing journey because we're going to get it right.
Exactly.
What was the moment like for you to go back into a situation like this where you have to dig around in that memory and then to share your story because you've got one hell of a way of communicating and we listen when you speak.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. Penthouse made up a very large portion of my career. I remember first starting into the adult industry, and my number one goal at the time was to be a Penthouse centerfold. I didn't even ever think about Playboy. It was always Penthouse. And I just had a lot of respect for Bob Guccione. He built such a incredible brand, and I just wanted to be part of it. And it was pretty funny because I was 18 years old trying to become a centerfold, and I remember my pictures being submitted by Suze Randall, and Bob said, Jenna is absolutely breathtaking, but she looks way too young.
Oh.
And he rejected my centerfold.
Ooh.
So it took me quite a few years after that to grow up and become a centerfold.
Wow. His entire story is amazing to me because he came into this magazine with the experience. He had a vision. He had teamed up with Jennifer Romalaney, and what they put together was this magazine that changed the course of history.
Yes. To me, I just wanted to add that, like, when I was young, I used to sneak into my dad's closet and look at his Penthouse magazines. And I remember thinking to myself, like, this is what a woman encompasses, because I think Bob really didn't just spotlight women's beauty, but also their intelligence.
Yes.
And that really attracted me to it, because I always thought of myself as kind of a bookworm with just a glossy exterior. And I thought Penthouse would be a great moniker for me. So I'm just so glad to have been involved in it. And I have such great memories of it. All the things that I did with Penthouse have always been such a beautiful experience.
It was a unique magazine in the way, because you brought it up about being the bookworm. There were stories in there.
Yeah.
There were stories that drew guys to those stories, because it used to be the running joke with guys. Yeah,
Listen, Penthouse Forum.
Yeah,
the Penthouse Forum.
Exactly.
I read those from cover to cover. Obviously.
See, and that's what I learned about this, is the fact that there was a great sense of journalism involved with this magazine.
Yes. Yeah, I think that Bob Guccione and Hugh Hefner were taken from the same book.
Mm-hmm.
They really were able to highlight things that interested society. It wasn't just about, the nude form. It was thought provoking. And I was really attracted to that.
Yeah, because once it got inside my imagination, a picture is a picture. But boy, when you got into those stories, though, all of a sudden you're going, wow, I am now affected.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
Is that one of the reasons why you decided to start writing? Because you realized that, because authors are inspired by other authors.
Yes. Well, I was always a writer. Like, from the time I have, my diary from the time I was like 3 years old, I started, documenting my days. And writing to me is just integral.
Yes.
Without it, I just don't feel whole. So even to this day, I'm still writing. I'm working on follow-up to How to Make Love Like a Porn Star. So I have to have it. So it's followed me throughout my career, and I've written, now 4 books, and I'm working on my 5th. Mm-hmm. So writing, and that's why part of the reason why Penthouse was just so important to me because I would read the stories over and over and over again. And it wasn't just about the sex. It was about the plot, the twists, and the, subject matter. I just really loved it. So, yeah, you can say that I was forged in the Penthouse fire.
Well, let's have a conversation between writer and writer, because I'm struggling with it, because I've been a daily writer for 29 years. And the question is, what happens to all of your writing, Jenna, when that time comes, when it's time to transition? What are you doing with all of your writing? Because you said you've been writing all the way back to your younger years.
Yeah. Well, I keep boxes.
That's me.
And boxes of things. And I'm an avid clipper. I keep a book, and I'm also an artist, so I draw and write at the same time. So it all is like one big, world. It's like I extract my brain and put it down into paper, because I know at some point when I'm no longer here, I want people to be able to read my innermost workings and understand where I was coming from.
Yeah. Wow. Well, congratulations on A&E's Secrets of Penthouse. Like I said, 80% of us only assume, and we've made up stories, but now we get the true story. And I'm so glad that you are such a major part of this.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited for it.
Well, please come back to this show anytime in the future, Jenna, because the door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you.
You be brilliant today, okay?
All right. Take care.